We begin with a story that pushes the boundaries of comprehension, an act so vile it's difficult to articulate. A 94-year-old woman violated right here in Baton Rouge. Tonight, investigators with the Baton Rouge Police Department confirm they worked through the darkness to pinpoint their suspect and take him into custody. Our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto, joins us now. He's been on the ground with neighbors who, as you can imagine, are reeling from this. But what may incite even greater outrage is the suspect's disturbing and extensive criminal file. Chris, good evening. Greg, the name Jeremiah Taylor is well known within the sphere of law enforcement. In fact, he was just released from jail in January after facing a litany of other charges. Tonight, on East Black Oak Drive, a quiet street tucked between Park Forest and Sherwood Forest, the community is in a state of shock. Jeremiah, did you rape a 94-year-old woman? No. What was that? No, you didn't do that. No. So, what is this? I don't know, man. I don't rape nobody. In handcuffs, his replies laden with profanity, 22-year-old Jeremiah Taylor stands accused of the unthinkable. Investigators allege that, in the stark light of day, he assaulted a 94-year-old woman who made her home on this very street. Neighbors are staggered. They paint a picture of a woman who was a constant presence, always tending to her garden, a matriarch the entire block looked out for. This is horrible, you know. The devil is busy, you know, and it is just bad. Stuff like this don't usually happen around here. You know, everybody looks up to her, a sweet woman. It's sad. Nothing like that should be happening in the neighborhood. Really, that's sad. That's sick. The WAFB I-team was first to uncover Taylor's patterned history, marked by arrests for rape, burglary, and unauthorized entry. All of these occurred within the last 2 years. Our investigation found his most recent arrest was dismissed by District Attorney Hiller Moore's office, a decision that put Taylor back on the streets. For detectives, it's a source of profound frustration, seeing the same offenders caught in a revolving door. It is a source of contention. It is a source of frustration in our department, with our officers. Why this is happening? Some questions that I would love for y'all to ask the rest of the judicial system. In the hours following yesterday's assault, detectives moved swiftly, disseminating photos through Crime Stoppers on Friday morning. The community's response was immediate and overwhelming. Within just minutes of us releasing those photos, the public reached out to us and was able to give us information about the location of the suspect. Our detectives then went and were able to arrest the suspect within just a few minutes in the same vicinity. For a neighborhood where people still watch out for one another, if he is found guilty, an arrest is just the beginning. Many of them are demanding that Taylor face the ultimate consequence. They want the state to pursue castration in this case, and perhaps more. I don't think you deserve to live. Honestly, castration, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. You're still gonna walk around. That lady ain't even gonna ever be right again after this. You're lucky we didn't catch him. You know, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Chief Moore states that as the investigation moves forward, the evidence is damning. When you're looking at one of the most vulnerable parts of our population, the elderly, to take advantage of them in this way, horrendous, unacceptable. I don't know what word you really use. I'm really dumbfounded to try to explain it. Sources have confirmed to the I-team that the victim in this case suffered severe physical trauma, including broken bones, during the assault. This evening, Jeremiah Taylor is incarcerated at the East Baton Rouge Parish Jail, where he is being held without bond. This tragic story from the heart of Baton Rouge is more than a news headline. It is a piercing cry for a society that has momentarily lost its way. When a 4-year-old woman, a matriarch who spent her days nurturing life in her garden, is met with such unthinkable cruelty, the revolving door of justice isn't just a legal flaw, it is a moral failure. The lesson here is written in the tears of a reeling neighborhood. A community is only as strong as its ability to protect its most vulnerable. We often take for granted the safety of our quiet streets, but true security requires more than just locks on doors. It requires unwavering vigilance and a justice system that prioritizes the innocent over the repeat offender. This tragedy reminds us that we must be our brother's and our grandmother's keeper. However, amidst the darkness, a spark of hope remains. The public's lightning-fast response to identify the suspect proves that when we stand united, The shadows have nowhere to hide. Let this be a call to action. Demand accountability from the systems meant to protect us. Cherish the elders who paved our way, and never look the other way. We owe it to her to ensure that reaping what you sow applies not just to the garden, but to the halls of justice.